Hello everyone, welcome to the Scuff stream. There's so much scuff that's happened, you'd think it was Gremlin. Yeah, so I overslept. Basically what happened was this, I felt absolutely god-awful. Absolutely awful last night, hence why I didn't stream. So I went to bed instead of streaming last night. I woke up around about 5 AM? Something about that. I thought, well, I'm going to go back to sleep. Well, let's go and finish off Werewolf. Went through Werewolf, got near the end of it, recorded the end of it, uploaded that on YouTube as you may have seen the announcements. Went back to bed. Woke up at 3:45, having had slept through my alarm. I was like, oh shit, I'm supposed to stream in 15 minutes. So here I am. I basically took a little bit of time just to get my water bottle refilled and make myself some coffee. So that part of the lateness is on me. However, because I changed my password on Twitch, I had to re-link OBS to it. Yay! That's annoying. And then I had to re-sign into Twitch's website so that I could use my my redeem queue. So I had to do that again. And because I used one of those ultra secure password generators, I then had to basically find that password and manually type it in. And I've got to do it again on Discord as well because my account's linked to that, and yeah. So if you had to change your password as well, make sure to resync your account on Discord, because then it won't. Otherwise, it won't carry over any of your leaked bits. And also, so when I was setting things up on the PlayStation 5, there are a few games I have where it offers me the PlayStation 5 version instead of the PlayStation 4 version. Well, actually, it offers me both for free. And in every case so far, I have said, you know what, I have a PlayStation 5. You're offering me the PlayStation 5 version for free. I'm taking the PlayStation 5 version. One of those games was Disco Elysium. Didn't think anything of it. Until after I had finished Werewolf. And thought, you know what, I need to just set my mind at ease for something. So I loaded Disco Elysium up. There's no load game option. My save file that I did last time I streamed this was the PS4 version. It's incompatible with the PS5 version. So basically, this stream is so badly scuffed I'm having to do the beginning of the game again. However, we're going to be doing it all again in glorious HD, lovely PS5 graphics and smoothness, and I have been assured by reading online that they put out a patch sometime in June, I think it was, that apparently fixed all the previous issues with the PS5 version. So yeah, we're going to sit through the beginning of this again. Because, yeah. Whoops. Also, I got the PlayStation 5 version of Outriders, and, well, A, that was for free, and B, my save file's still intact, because I went on it earlier as well, because I was, bored. I was like, oh, yay. So nice. Outriders on PS5 is so nice and so smooth, and somehow it gave me Legendary. I was like, okay, I'll take the Legendary weapon, sure. So yeah. Sorry about that for people who were thinking we were going to be doing progress. I've got to go back and make as many of those awful choices as I can again, whilst also seeing if I do the skill checks properly and also make the same sort of dialogue choices. It's going to be fun. I am, however, going to put the marigolds on before I go dumpster diving. So, without further ado, I will swing into... I don't know why I did that. I'm pointing to the monitor. I'm going to be checking from chat first. It's also weird. I recorded and there was no overlays. I took all my overlays and all my other nice glitzy things off. It really doesn't... I just noticed that's scuffed as well. That means I'm going to have to re-log into Stream Elements, I think. Oh, piss. That's actually a point. Let me just see. Oh no, my Stream Elements activity feed is up to date, just that isn't. What the fuck? I don't know. Oh. Is there a view interaction option? Is there? I actually didn't know that. If there is, for the console version, I'll put it on. I'm definitely putting that on. Because that'll be fun. I've always wanted to play a game where you lot can dick with me if you want to. Maybe this will be the first time. Anyway, all the way to the top of chat. Hello, Torian. Baps Disco Ball. Actually, I might get it working properly. Smell your master precious time slot. Yes, it did. Yes, Smiggle's been a bad precious. Smiggle needs to be punished, precious. Very much so. Hello, Wigrim. What was the point of the result Discord announcement? Yeah, so I know it's been cleared up in chat, but basically, someone has leaked the entirety of Twitch, including the source code. So that means passwords and all revenue data is out there. So if you've got a Twitch account, make sure two-factor authentication is on and possibly change your password as well, just to be safe. And then you'll have to redo any connections you've got. So OBS, Stream Elements, Streamlabs if you use it. I had to do my redeem queue, as I've said. Discord, well, a link to Discord. So you have to redo those, and each time you may have to retype in your password. So if you use one of the securely generated passwords, write it down at least for that bit, as otherwise you're just going to be ridiculously frustrated trying to do it every single time. Might to refresh the overlay on Stream Elements. Oh, I ain't done it. I might need to actually go into the overlays themselves and do weird things. I'm guessing all this kind of stuff would happen as well if I did a rebrand, but I'm not rebranding. The only thing I would rebrand to was maybe just Baby. Where did Baby come from? Maybe change from Malkaya to just Malk, but doesn't seem right. I love that also completely cleared chat apart from one message from Nia saying to throw Kipper. Explaining hello, welcome DJ. Yeah. Hello, welcome Nia. Hello, welcome Mock. Everyone's been doing well. I overslept. Apart from that, I've been fine. And also, yes, I'm on holiday as of tomorrow. So tonight's God of War stream is going to be the last stream for a week or so. Well, it's not a week. It's like I'm off for 5 days. So there's going to be no streams this weekend. There's going to be no streams on Monday. There's not going to be a Nier stream on Tuesday. There might be a Ghost of Tsushima stream because I get back at around about 9 o'clock in the evening BST. So if I'm not completely dead from the travel, I'll do Ghost of Tsushima that night. If I am dead from the travel, I'll just sleep. We'll see. Hello, welcome Vaughn. Fighting off Cornwall was going to work after 2 weeks off. Plus I need to do a couple of days shift. I was doing only nights the last few years. Nothing big on. Bye bye body clock solidness. Sleep schedule. Can't talk. Sleep schedule. Goodbye sleep schedule. There, that's close enough. And Kel came in awake after the food Jeff was on. Ooh, it's piling on shit really. Let's go up anything else. That's all. It's fair. Could be nothing to do with the promise. No, I blame Mori. I blame Mori wholly, and possibly Scoo. Mori was infecting everything on the computer while Scoo was nibbling all the cables. It's totally their fault. Speaking of which, hello, welcome Scoo, peaky peaky. Means one thing you can listen to the stupid tie again. Yes. I did learn that most of the prominent voices in this are done by one person. Like the the ancient lizard brain, the limbic system, the narrator, and the tie as well are all done by one person, which is really neat. That guy's got a good vocal range, really does. Didn't catch the first one, so Sylvie, that's fair. Means you get to watch the opening of the game, so happy even though no one else is. There we go. People get to see the opening of this game again, and it's, you know, all its weirdness. And also, the wonderful thing is, because a lot of the skill checks in this are based on a dice system, I can't guarantee that I'm going to get all the skill checks done at the same time as I did last time. Because I had to restart this the first time after it crashed, and I failed a skill check, which meant I lost a bit of backstory. So, we'll see. And Disco Elysium, yes. I streamed it once, and it's already one of my favourites. It's fucking amazing. This game is nuts. Watching another player. Yeah. Bad choices are the finest options. Yes. If there is a viewer interaction option, as Scoo mentioned, I will enable it because that will be fun as all hell. That might be limited to the PC version. I hope it's not. But if there is an option, I will enable it. So the bad ones, the fair ones too. Yeah. I see freshly over down stream notes. I have no idea. No idea at all. Let's give this photo. Oh, there we go. We've reached the top of this chat now after the reload. If I had done, also think I'll be skipping most of Disco streams. Too psychedelic game for you. That's completely fair, Rudgren. Completely fair. Mark the Draddy. Oh my good god. No. No, I think I worry about the kind of clientele I'd get. Oh no, don't call them clientele, it makes it worse. I worry about the viewers I'd get if I call myself Mark the Draddy. This game might be good to play on psychedelics. I'm fairly certain the makers were on psychedelics when they made parts of it, at least. Poop. Or drunk. Can take care of everyone. Aww. Mama Scoo. Where are you going? Oh, just to my parents' place. Just going literally like this, literally across the other side of the country, width-wise. It's going to take like a good 5 hours or so of travelling, but it's just, you know, train, get picked up at the station. Nice little vacation in advance, then. Thank you, Woodrum. I appreciate that. That might make me more nauseous. Have a lovely little restaurant. I'll try. Sarah, hello and welcome. You have missed out on all the scuff. Well, almost. It's we can help or persuade you for options. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's good. That sounds good. If there's an option that leads to your death, I may not be able to resist the urge. I'm surprised I haven't died already in this. I honestly am surprised. I also had to laugh at your local hospital. When I booked my first shot, I told them I couldn't get the second one during a certain week. Of course, they gave me a time during the week I'm off in the other end of the country for work. Ah, of course. Streamlabs Elements, Discord, and OBS back on Twitch. Nice. He's flying there, of course. Yes, I'm flying to a place that has no airports. I'll probably try it sometime and let you know. There you go. So I had to reschedule that now, waiting for a new one. Nice. On Dragon Wings. See, that I would be fine with, if I could. I would wholly do that. That is lowered. I remember that I lowered it to a certain amount, then I had to lower it again still after I got in, so I'm doing that other lowering now. Was also hardcore mode. Okay, before I get into this properly, I'm going to do a little poll. There you go. Poll up for 3 minutes. Deciding on one thing, and whilst that's up, I will flip over to this. say it's whether that happened ahead of bed. 22nd minute. Random memory. In 5th grade, there was a girl who my class fully rotated between 10 outfits like clockwork. She had a Monday outfit she wore every other week. Tuesday, it said she could tell what day of the week it was by what she wore. I was just thought getting dressed for much had been such a snap. I also wondered what she did if it was a Wednesday evening and her Thursday outfit was still in the dirty laundry. Maury, hello and welcome. Malk, I changed your password for you. It's Subby Wubby Trash Dragoo 123. Fuck! You guessed it already. Shit. Also, Maury, I blame you entirely for how scuffed my stream is already. The fact that I started streaming at about 4:15. It's all your fault, Maury. And Scoos. No, Malk's password is 69. 69 times followed by penis. I mean, yeah. I mean, my reaction to being pinged in my server saying, "Are you? Is Malk not streaming today?" was just type in bulging werewolf penis. What did you do? What didn't you do? So basically, Disco Elysium. I played this last week, but the PS5 version is incompatible with my save from last week, so I'm having to start from the beginning, and also everything. Yeah. Also all the Twitch redoing that I had to do, and I'm blaming Scoo for chewing all my cables. Scoo and I are these crimes. That is the least serious sentence I've ever read in my entire life. Scoo and I are innocent. We all know if Scoo's involved, there's no innocence whatsoever. Wow! Most people didn't want me to go hardcore mode. Okay. It's puzzle death gambit, but the only way to solve it is an item you have to wear. It's not a puzzle then. And the only one who wants to stuff today. I mean, to be fair, hardcore mode, all it really does is makes the skill checks harder, and the healing items cost more. I probably should have led with that. After last AMA stream, I'm guessing the password will have to do something with the sounds from Metroid. Or, you know, Miroko from My Hero Academia. Or both. Oh yeah, Ridley as well. Because apparently, as Maury learned when she's been doing Metroid streams, whenever Samus is on screen, I can't stop referencing Ridley, and you know, it's the Rule 34 crossovers I see. And the poll has decided that no, I should not stream in start in hardcore mode. Oh well. Yeah, stop the poll, do it anyway. But no. Oh, I expect Metal Gear Solid 4 or Divinity 2 for... That's how I just get stuck reading something. It's hardly fair. I mean, if you play Divinity 2, won't you just be stuck reading something anyway? Because it's a role-playing game. Oh... That's what it was before. I remembered. I remembered that skill as well, because that's my Sherlock skill. It was my signature skill, and last time I played it, I failed on a check, and I was like, how? This is my signature skill.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever.
Kipper, you're kind of cute, but apparently Maury and others are trying to blame it on you. Don't want to take the chance. Fuck off. Yeet! Ow. That was not a strong yeet, but made my wrist go weird. So it says I'm blind can see the truth. One item lets me see. There's also one item used only now to get halfway across the map, like MOP. Fair. Fair point, but given that there's subtitles in Metal Gear Solid 4 as well, you end up reading it a lot in that game as well. Yeah, the only reason I didn't say it with Metal Gear Solid 4 is because I had no idea what this game's like. Never played it.
Ever.
Since cutscenes is out for some 7+ hours. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Thank you for the hydration reminder, DJ. Simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Speaking of My Hero Academia, a while back I was on the bus with a couple of friends talking about anime we watched. One of my friends, she watched an anime but couldn't remember the name. She knew it started with Boku and thus I assumed she meant Boku no Hero Academia. Further along content, and then she actually meant Boku no Pico. Oh. Ah! What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead end.
Yeah, those two voices are the same person.
In some lurid acidic sauce, it's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I wanted to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
No, I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them for
Do
me.
you really?
I do. Let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Tell me, what's waiting for me?
There's this giant ball there. An evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
Just because I hate when you get a belch stuck in your lungs. Oh yeah. And you get that sort of, like, it feels like almost like your entire chest cavity is kind of like tensing up. It's like, God damn it, just move. Back, no problem, just go. You go for it. How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
How big is the bowl?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
And this duking it out I keep hearing about. What's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face. Or you lose.
Evil apes duking out on a giant ball, you mean humans Earth? Yes, exactly. That's sad.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
What do you mean, drowned?
You lost.
The sound outside. You recognize it. It's a Caprice Commando motor carriage.
When it feels like your throat locks up, you sit there with an open mouth and no hands. Yeah. I'm very lucky in that regard. I can make myself burp. And it helps to dislodge it. Open my eyes! But that's nice and smooth. Oh man, what did I do last night? Yeah, that's pretty much the game. Eve 8 sounds like a Planet of the Apes movie. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. You're disgusting, yeah. Yeah, I do. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Item gained, green shoe, left foot. green crocodile leather shoe has a high heel and chrome embellishments. It fits your left foot perfectly. Now all remains is to find the other shoe. Take all.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Your portrait is looking like shit. Yep. Fish them out.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
What about the rebellion with me? Have a go and Malkin. Everyone suggests, well, no problem at all, Widgren. That's coming as long as you did, and I'll see you later. Oh, I didn't see this one before.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Put some shoes from Georgia a while ago. Don't worry, lace them with bourbon trippy all day. I said that one yesterday, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I said that during the year. Love it. Visual calculus is 9. Assess the damage.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
That was lookout. 92% chance. Watch me fail this.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break this with my own hands? Look at them.
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Assess the size of the impact.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Trying to get killed or else you'll die. I'm in the canyon rim.
The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
I think you just found a new bot. I just followed you. Can't be 100% sure it's a bot, but just play it safe. Well, if you look in the top left of the screen, it's followed me as well. So, you know, better safe than sorry. My approach with that is that if I ban these people, if I accidentally ban someone who's actually a real person, I'll put in an unban request. I love that. I don't need it. I don't need anyone. I should go get that shoe.
A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Well, that's actually given me an objective and some XP, so I can get my XP for getting back my other shoe. Yay.
This fan has
Lydia, hello and welcome with
switches.
3.
One ends in a tiny fan.
The shoe is the other foot now, huh? Yes, the other foot is the balcony now.
A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Pull on the fan.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Grab the tie.
You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you.
Grab my chest.
This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long time. Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. The switch must be broken, because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine.
Ew. You're chanting Susie as you nom 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 on your rings. Oh, yes.
A terrible mistake. Turn the
Pull my
lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain.
I want my necktie. You know, I mean salad. I don't want to go through this without my necktie, because necktie is fantastic. But I also don't want to just put skill points into savoir-faire just so I can... I can't even just load. I've got to... Bear with me as I skip through the entirety of the beginning again. I am getting that sodding necktie. Will the power of Mean Girls fill them out with determination when we're around? Mean Girls or Fluffy Boys, we never know. Actually, no. Combination of the two when it comes to Lydia. Fluffy Girls. Because fluffy bats.
Never an inordinate amount of time.
An awareness creeps.
Ex-love. Do you really?
You wouldn't lie.
Fear and apprehension.
There's this giant in. You can't even make fine for resource. Yeah.
The sound app.
It's probably worth it. Yeah. But yeah, I've never known Lydia to be mean or nasty. And, you know, is Fluffy Bat, so is Fluffy Bat. What the bloody hell's with all those hydrations? Right, okay, let's do. First things, grab it.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One, or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel
That's
as though
better than
this
it was,
creature
but pull on the
is
fan
blades
first.
come squeaking to a halt. You swoop up.
There we go.
Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning. The necktie is no longer contained.
Fuck off. Microsoft's account problem. I don't give a shit.
What you have in your hand is a fantastically colourful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns.
Make sure you look out for number 1 mount because you gotta. I'm gonna make a number 1 after all that hydration. Rip headphone users. Yeah, sorry about that. My Windows decided to be a dick.
Why was it up there? Who ties their friend to a ceiling fan? Maybe this thing is dangerous somehow. An ominous, foreboding feeling fills you as you look at the tie.
Put on the light bulb.
Terrible mistake. Turn the lights off.
Bring it on.
Your eyes burn with photosensitivity.
Right. Now let's get back to all this stuff. There's one piece I remember them using the app.
You hear a jingle. It says, the window stands broken in its frame. Cold, the morning light hurts your eyes.
I got a +1 to that skill because the lights are on.
Ocean and some water. What do you mean?
Oh, you what?
How would you do that? What are you even trying to do?
I hate this. Oh, damn it. Too bad Kipper isn't here to make you drink too, yeah. Turn the lights on with the hangover causes damage, makes sense? Yep. Piss. Tie the XP for the shoe. The tie. This is even in hardcore mode. No, that was a 97% chance to succeed. It's just basically you can only fail this if you roll a double 1. I rolled a double 1. It's one of those things that if no matter what the difficulty is, if you roll a double 6, you win. If you roll a double 1, you lose, which I like.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped.
Alright, let's tackle these 6 hydrations. So thank you from Torian, Mock, DJ, Lydia, Nia, and Sarah. So we call XCOM odds 95%. Shots miss. Yeah. Here we are again at the mirror. Yep. Let's see what this provides us this time.
Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself.
God
Just
damn it,
the
Grimmy.
outline of a
Thank you
man.
for the hydration as well. Remote control to go.
Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Wipe mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Maybe I should touch it first. Make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
You know, recently downloaded D&D Beyond and had some fun creating characters and rolling dice. Got 20 for Dex on the Halfling Rogue. Sadly, my luck only works on the character creation because I rolled a triple nat 1 as such causes multiple times. Ha! I've a hard time playing this. Yeah. Thankfully, the dice rolls are, done for you, so it's RNG. But, the whole 95% thing, it was done back as far as, Fallout 1, and it's basically that no matter how good you are at something, there's always a chance of failure, which I like. You've been both triple jabbed and fly jabbed today. What, Lydia? Is this code for you've gotten your COVID booster shot and you've been stung by a wasp? Or has someone punched you in the arm 3 times and then someone else threw something at you? Oh, flu. Okay. COVID and flu dead. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I've never known anyone to call being stung fly jabbed, but it's one of those things. It could happen. It's COVID and flu, right? Did you type in COVID and it tried to correct it to triple? If so, that's amazing. What? What's wrong?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
I'm sorry. Touch my nose.
Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
My tongue is okay. Touch my tongue.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
There. Scared. I want to stop doing this.
Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone's going to see it.
No. Oh no, you did mean to say triple jab for your third code dev. Right, so you got the booster.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I'm not making it. The face is making it itself.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
5G is more powerful than ever. Yes. Red, and welcome. Typically I'm 6'4", but when I stand on my money, I'm 5'1". Is that a being in debt joke? My face. Oh my god. Mood. Okay, tried to stop.
Oh my god. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There is some charm to it.
There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
Dig deep in your mind to locate the source of the expression.
Like the rest of you.
Feck.
It comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Try it.
It's too late.
Ah.
Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
He once woke up, look in the mirror, and went, "Hi, Tarzan." Mood. Let the mirror be for now. I'm not doing too well at all on this. At least I've got my fucking necktie, but I think sacrificing the necktie for everything else, I think I may have made a bit of a boo-boo. I was doing well last time. I had a quest. I was getting XP. Disco Arse Blazer. Right, now that I have my full attire, let's look at it. Well, I don't have my full attire. Necktie is adorned with garish pattern. It's disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You will betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. Looks like someone skinned the blazer off of some long extinct disco animal. It has an enigmatic white rectangle on the back and the right sleeve. This white satin shirt used to be fancy. It used to really catch the light. Now it smells like someone took a piss in the armpits. Maury, looking at you. These golden brown trousers are flare cut. Normally bell-bottom trousers would be boot cut, but these are far from normal. They are someone's piss-soaked, stained party pants. So she says, went well, feels like nothing but new. It's fair. I suppose keep it what's it Maurice's response, fuck off. Never! I shall fuck on! Hello, welcome, Poppy. Right. Let's save the game. My god, that was a quick save. Something on the table. I know. Give it to me. Fuck on, mighty steed. Fuck on, Sir Fuckington. There are fucks to distribute. Ahey! The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Yeah. Gust of briny wind washes over you. Got my shoes!
There they both are. Two
Secret task complete, find your other shoe. Oh, I got the XP
both
anyway.
Copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles.
How'd they fit?
Good, they're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now.
Smells of fucks given none. Cast your eyes upon the field in which I grow mine fucks. Behold, for thou shalt see it is barren. Behold the end of my fucks while I keep my fucks and notice it's empty. I did the medieval version of that. It just goes to show, me the history nerd, Sarah the science geek. I has my shoes, I have my shoes, I have my XP. Just didn't get the quest from it. I'm fine with that. See, does my shoes say anything? They may have lost some of the luster over the year, but these green crocodile shoes, leather shoes fit you perfectly. Oh, I have -1 save your fare on them. Well, I get +1 composure. That's the thing, at least.
Hello, officer.
Okay, so it's March, year is 51.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Didn't you already do this part? It's basically just a Groundhog Day kind of game. I did this part, it's just because your gremlin sense came along and destroyed my save file. By which I mean that I had the save file for the PS4 version, this is the PS5 version, and the save file is incompatible. So I had to do it all over again. You're a hungry bat. Well, normally onions I hate half a bag. Well, I would offer you The only thing I've really got on me is fingies, but I don't know if you're like Scooter who noms fingies. Still hungry to eat the other half. I know that feeling. Good God, am I hungry? I had a big breakfast as well. I had a full English breakfast. I don't know why I'm still hungry. Oh yeah, it's because I napped afterwards. And there we go. Mori, in her hatred of everything English food-wise, poisoned my food to make me sleep longer. There's why I overslept. Because Mori was not aware of the fact that there are a number of British foods that have very silly names, and she thought they were false. She honestly thought that me and Holly in her chat were making it up. Started with Bubble and Squeak. She didn't believe us. I think we did a couple more things. And then we said Toad in the Hole. And then there was actually a clip of Mori's reaction to that. And it's basically, that's not real. That can't be real at all. She turns to the side and Googles it. Oh my God, it's real. It was a moment of amazement. If don't like bad meat in the fridge, you could dust in the oven. Oh, yes. Squirty cream. Yes, squirty cream. What's wrong with the full English? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with the full English. Mori just can't get her head around the different things that we call foods over here. Bullies all of you. Toad in the Hole. I know, right? Pardon me. Yes, Toad in the Hole. It's an actual thing. It's basically sausage in a Yorkshire pudding. That's essentially what it is. And Mori, I don't know if you actually did Google it, but Bubble and Squeak is essentially cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, I think, minced and then mixed together. It's really fucking delicious. Toad in the Hole is basically such in the Yorkshire pudding, yeah. Black pudding, spotted dick. Oh yeah, black pudding was something we had to run by her as well. Spotted dick she already knew. The fuck is Yorkshire pudding? You guys do have beans on toast though, which is really something you ought to do in the US. You really should. I had to decide more on this one. You're nuts. Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, we did say black pudding. And I think it took you a second, but yes, you did know it. You didn't have to Google that one. I've heard of it at least, but don't know what it is. It's really difficult to describe. It's one of those things like you say, oh, okay, what is X? And your only thing is, oh, well, X is X. It's X. It's like, Yorkshire puddings are Yorkshire puddings. Think pancake batter cooked in hot oil. Yeah, made into a big sort of cup sort of thing. Well, not cups, like basically that deep. And it's it's good for holding gravy and stuff like that, and it goes really nice well with a Sunday roast. I'm making myself hungry again. I really want Yorkshires. Fuck. That's all Wikipedia is for. Yes. Officer? Am I military personnel?
No.
Mobile.
There's only one solution to this. You're
Sunday
a
roast.
businessman.
Same. Then why did you call me an officer?
Because you're a police officer, sir.
You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
Plus more hard to make them explain it, yeah. Mum mixed that a bunch. Don't like gravy. That's fair. It looks tasty, it doesn't really look like a pudding, but okay. Yeah, it's weird, it's not a pudding. It's a component, it's essentially a side dish of roast dinners. Have some frozen ones. Oh. Aunt Bessie's ones. They better be Aunt Bessie's. All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Can't do that. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
That's funny on your phone. No mind. Can you keep on top and look at other things? Always. Good, good. Good. Or, actually, no, there is one acceptable alternative to Aunt Bessie's Yorkshires. Homemade. If you can actually make them, homemade. For us in the UK, pudding covers many, many things. It does. It does. Just like, cookie over in America. Pudding in the UK covers about as many things as cookie does in America. Weirdos. Top of the line phone, shitty app. Yeah.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
Better go. Say nothing.
Retreat is not a winning tactic.
Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
She doesn't know about the cigarette sizzles. Yeah. I should get going now.
Of course.
Puts out
Be
the cigarettes.
careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
So I need to play through this game again after I've finished it. To do a achievement mock up, including the hardcore stuff. I'm going to try the expression on her in that one and see if it works. It probably isn't.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Goodbye.
Or, you know, knock on her door afterwards, because I'm fairly certain there's a potential for sleeping with her. Talking about food, but look, yeah. Looks like she has a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. Now that's a penis reference. Is the week edition of the Chicago newspaper Trompe Le Monde. If anyone can hear that squeaking, that is not in the game, and it's not me. It's someone in the outside with a very, very squeaky bike. I'm going to put a limit on how many times Kipper can be yeeted. Whilst I was doing this overview, I'll go and retrieve Kipper. Back in a sec. Okay, I return. I just need to put Kipper on a string. Yeah, this has been positive before. Just, you know, put a little noose around his neck, so I could just go yeet and still hold on to him and just tug him back. You know, either a string or bungee cord. I don't care which. You hear that, Kipper? You'll soon be returnable. I wish I could return you from life. Yeet! Tori wants a dad joke. What did the buffalo say to his son before he left for school? Bison. Firm Kipper. Maury likes you. So that's something. I think you're a piece of shit. We'll just take you for a racking boom easy. This is where lyrics would be. Welcome back, Poppy. Big old karaoke mic, just waiting for someone to sing into it. Okay. Speakers connected to the radio. Music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
Sounds like a great moose. Here we go for bits. No problem at all, Poppy. Hope they're doing better. My soul is immense.
Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people.
What should I sing when it comes to it?
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation. But it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
I was thinking maybe I should sing something happy, get the people going.
No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
There we are. This feels right. You belong here. I don't think if we have to fear is fear itself, and also really hungry and want to eat us all, and also do some weird things to our butts. Somehow though, I'm up for it. go. Oh, not good. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. That's fantastic. You're welcome. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. Take the Nosafed, whatever that is. What was that? All hungry Lydia's. The hungry bat. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts in a man's handwriting. Something like that American accent. You're not meant to. It's not meant to be a good one. It really is not. Doors bolted. Sign reads kitchen reserved to personnel until 1 p.m. Summer door closed for the winter. Ugh, summer door. Don't like the fact that I still can't select that bottle.
A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The
I
back of the
misread
shirt
that.
reads, Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
Misread this as wild penis.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Pick up the
The
pills!
man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
Heard wild buttholes. Wild penis!
Just picked up some magnesium. This item is
Mud-caked
stored in the
boobs.
bottom left corner of the screen above your
Mud-caked
character
boobs and a
portrait.
wild penis. Yep,
Use
werewolf was here.
magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
I've just noticed my profile, my picture in the bottom left hasn't updated. Because you read as such. Didn't we all do this in the past? Yeah, but that was on the PS4 version, and the PS5 version is incompatible with the PS4 version save file, so I've got to do this all again. I found this out early this morning. This Royal Pinball machine is unplugged. Nearly trying quotes, yeah. Ooh, woo, woo, woo. Zero wild penis, a rare feature and rare as it kind. Has solid green taste, varies from person to person.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot
done,
on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone.
Pokies are there just going at it. That's got to have been in God Eater. That's got to have been God Eater. Disgusting. What's wrong with you? Oh, good God. Somehow that's worse than Mocky Daddy.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
And tries to defend himself with a quote and gets tentacles pop out and thrust at you. I mean, it's an opening attack. It's definitely one to catch people off guard. Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi.
His grip is firm.
Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
And dead. Victory music.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor.
That's when Dre humped in the
rising
face
from
by
your
Satan.
breath. You're
Yeah, there's
2
quite a few
steps
style
closer
quotes
to
still
it,
in there.
but there are still many to go.
It is not yet time.
Okay then.
He processes the information, then disregards it. Getting the good ones with these quotes. And this is my parkourinator. It takes in nostalgia and converts it into parkour mechanics, but done poorly.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Bollocks, I forgot to talk to him.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
No, I haven't.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Look, man, you know, yeah. Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
Got a moose head up your ass.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Okay, does not make Daddy Rock hard. Oh my good god, that's a poppy. That's a late night poppy one from Infamous.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
But I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1
That's true.
concern.
Let's get going then.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Rockle, rockle. It's like so. It's an infected brain. I've never since I've seen an infected brain. Oh yeah, that was me with Pathologic 2. General Store is the commanding officer of the Corporal Store. Oh my good god. And looked after the very well-known private parts. Thank you for that. Merciful Lord. Wait, shouldn't I have a badge or something? Check your pockets.
You mean you don't have a badge?
Wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
We should detect his brain is affected with alcohol. Oh yes. It's pretty tight.
A man in his late 20s with a thin, unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Oh my good god, there we are. Different racy plum Ralpha Z.
Could he be irritated with you? He avoids eye contact altogether, like you're not even there.
And DJ did almost the exact same clip. Wow. Oh, excuse me.
Mr. Garte, right? You run this place.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim
Thank
Kitsuragi
you.
from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
But Stu realizes he still doesn't know your name. The Harbinger of Ruin. What's golden orange like a forest fire but smells like liquor?
Are you kidding me?
No man, help me out. What is gold orange and smells like liquor?
It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And you're orange.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Napalm.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
He takes a step back.
For a moment, the man fidgets.
So basically
under the
dragons.
lieutenant's gaze. Then he gives in.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who
The
placed
thing
the
down there
bomb,
gets that bit out of
correct?
control. That's when you know you're a dragon.
No,
It
I only
always
just got
burns.
here. It
was
But it
probably
burns good.
Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Does behind a pile of ghosts finds a slip of paper, hands it to
You
Lieutenant.
said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No. I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Right then, questions. I got
His
this.
face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your
Jamrock,
right,
how
you should
Americans
see a
call it
big hole
Jelly
in the
Rock.
fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Am I not a cop? Everything's my business.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
thank you.
This little notebook is at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Didn't go well.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
Everything has something to do with everything.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Well then, server. Yes, I know, DJ. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This is clearly a touchy subject for him.
Understood.
I hope it is.
Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
What's your problem with me?
Why would I have a problem with you? You're a hero cop.
You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
I do not appreciate your tone. This is no way to talk to an officer.
Oh, it's not.
He raises his shoulder like he's about to say something more, but then gets a hold of himself.
You're right, it's not.
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees himself as a law-abiding citizen, and you a representative of that law.
Ha ha ha. Him in the clip. Oh, fair. That's all.
Let's go.
Hey, I got 30 XP from that.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
That's also the same voice. It's the same guy. It's the same guy that does the narrations. It's amazing. It's time. What's real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
He pronounces the R with a mock aristocratic accent.
the IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money?
Wow, you're a genius.
Then you can't change
yes,
nicknames in the
that's
mouth,
right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
Points the red letter on the counter. Yes, you can, Torian. Just, you know, not people who have got the same rank, rank as you or above. And Mock, being a server mod, has a rank above you.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
Did I just hear my tie speak to me twice?
No one is is saying that. No one is saying that Ty can talk. That would be ludicrous. It's just that you should arrest him. It would be wiser. He wants to take your money.
Great advice. I'm considering it.
The lieutenant looks at you tugging on your garish tie. He puts his hand on your shoulder.
If you don't have the money, it's okay. None of us are in this for the wages.
That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
Can't you say you're under arrest? What are we at this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real.
Is the Ty the
And yes,
narrator?
real is
Yes.
still money.
The narrator, the ancient lizard brain, the limbic system, the narrator, and the Ty are all the same person. All the same voice actor. It's so good. The guy is so talented with his voice work. But the thing is, like, this is the only thing he's done. So I think he's on the staff. I think he's on the making staff, which is amazing. What exactly is money?
What are you, a philosopher?
Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most basic concepts of reality.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Proceed and show the coins you've had. Is this money?
Yes, it is.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services. Count them and give them to him. That's 10 plus 10 plus 20 equals 40. I'm now down to 90, right?
No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
Okay.
The cafeteria manager stands silently,
Change
looking
that
at the
now.
coppers
Didn't
on
have
the
to,
counter
Mark.
before him. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
Darkness Ride!
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
What happens now?
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
He shrugs.
Maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't remember where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank.
Overtones of my
This
non
place
bread, but
sure
hey, crunch.
isn't it.
Ooh, crunch, crunch. I really don't remember.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know. Near? South, maybe?
You don't really know, do you?
I have only a vague blackened image.
A vague
Remember, it's not
blackened
images.
image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
I love that one. I live a dumpster, I don't care. Fuck everything. Hobocop! Can I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building?
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
I don't see any bread beans up, but ERB, flattening your style like bread, non-violent. Jesus Christ. I have a thought to work on. Internalize the longsome long way home. It's like 6 hours and 5 minutes. Oh, at least in the bottom left, my counters for my meds have updated. Why have I got 8 notifications? I had like 2 notifications when I started. What the f... I'm just going to quickly check Discord. My good god, that loading screen was no time at all. Thank fuck for PS5. Oh, I see. 6 from a group chat and 2 from someone. Fair. It's a sib chat. It's always a sib chat. It always is. Street sign reads, fuck the police. Heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow.
Before you stand.
Oh look, you can actually see the rain falling on the
covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number
on the car. That's awesome. Let me just go outside.
Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage.
Open the door.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Meow. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Hi, this is the officer from 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you get me to the 41st Precinct? I have something I need to report.
Just a second, officer.
She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You've got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, Station 41, I've got an urgent business, over.
10-4, 10-5, what's your status? Over.
I'm just reporting in, over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
Need to report my badge missing.
10-9, over.
My badge, I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 1022 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Same thing.
Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the
Stop
name
battering
of
them
a
out.
fictional
Never!
detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Go on, officer, tell him to stop. This is serious.
He's asking you to stop. Says this is serious.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Dietmar concurs. Losing your badge is serious. Over.
Can we just move on? I want to get reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Copy lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Could you just please just stop saying lost his badge for a moment?
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Through the other end of the line without some volcanic laughter.
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
Imagine losing your badge. I'm alright.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
Others now have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
Having a conversation with the base making it difficult for him to hear you.
New heights even for Captain Sober. Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too.
Room roars with laughter.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
I don't have my gun.
No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
Don't sweat it, Bratan. You don't need a gun to have fun. We can still have fun. It's not all over.
I love the necktie.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Oh, that's not gonna work.
10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat please. Over.
I'll try.
Lying over the phone, it's easy.
I
Just
did
say
it!
like it's the truth. And then it becomes it.
No, of course I didn't lose my gun.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance. Over.
Do I need financial assistance?
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
As paramount to the investigation, you grant me more money.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over.
Okay, I heard you. No funds.
Anything else, sir? Over.
This might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss.
Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
Need information, not fear.
Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
Hold on, are you alone in this room? I have confidential information about myself.
That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Understood, sir. Over.
Transmission completed. Standing by. Over.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pidier, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
She asks, startled. Jean-Vic Morris turns to her and says,
What happened is my partner made contact, and it's not good. He's lost his badge. He seemed confused, delirious even.
He stops to reflect.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
Sarah says stop badgering. Brain said Melee didn't do everything. What?
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Mino looks down at her neatly polished black shoes. There's a quiet firm sort of voice when she speaks.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I really want some carrot juice.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
The crowd in the room started fidgeting uncomfortably. Someone's trying to slip out unnoticed.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words.
Sighs heavily and turns to address the room.
This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to put his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Oh boy, that's another cigarette.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
Closed door. Well, that was a thing. That went about as well as it did last time. We're just saying 8B. The ball inside, you can pick them up if you had a bag. I have no bag. Ugh. That's wears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending. This is the logo of the municipality of Revachol.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
This boy, yep. I'm looking at you, trash container. You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yes, I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's just a hunch. Maybe someone's still doing something in there.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get the lock open?
You could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or...
No, pry bar. Or, Lieutenant?
Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. Human being decomposes.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
God, what is that? Why is it so bad? Hello? Hi, Poppy.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
Touch me odd. Ah, fair. Give it a go. I might get a 12.
The smell is repulsive.
Got 10.
It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you expected. More fever than odor. It fills.
Thank you for the hydration reminder, DJ.
Flushing you from within.
If anyone's got any issues with the sound of vomit or description of it, I would suggest muting or turning away for a few minutes. Just change your password. Ah, yeah. It'll take a little while to sync up for that. Try to walk away. And here it is.
Too late. It's impossible to keep
You
your
type on
body
phone now.
curls and
Weird.
pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
God.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Okay, where do we get ammonia from?
There is Fritz nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't...
What's the greenhouse?
There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Pretty clever.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow
Might
you
change
to
because of
retry
breach in
them.
the area. That's fair. I did as well. Because like you is very deep, but still climbable. Yeah, no, it ain't. Someone's trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. Rather than usually. Yeah, true. Ooh, pretty cool. Hey, magnesium and some real. Well, some cents. They'll probably just log out the app and log back in. Yeah, probably. Switch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. It's gone rusty. It's gone fucking rusty.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, eternite.
What's
It's
this?
nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Why am I looking at this piece of roofing material?
Because it's not orderly, well-laid pallets. Easy on the eyes.
Yeah, I thought I might fail that. Oh, excuse me.
Rhythmic pattern calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff.
Yay! I'm a mammal. I healed morale damage that I hadn't taken.
There's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
What feeling?
Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones.
Stuff in there I could investigate. That's your drink. Thank you. Oh yeah. Forgot about that. Forgot about the footprints.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
I've got a high chance of success!
Maybe more.
Yes! I succeeded on my signature skill.
8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
We have to take care. Have a good day. Have an evening stream. No problem at all, Sarah. Thanks for coming as long as you did. I'll see you later. Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46.
My Sherlock skill, basically.
2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46.
Wait, which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is.
I just get the roll in your favour for
Must
once.
have preserved them.
Count more.
5. Another standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. 6. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gate is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, ain't I? Testing coming through loud and clear, Poppy.
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it. And the tracks burn in the middle of it. In a strange, beautiful way.
It really is the Sherlock skill. It works. Yes. Count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
So number 6 is Kulo, and number 7 is the person who put the body there.
8. And yet another standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
It tends to be tracking your own move. 400 million. 8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number 41
A
shoe.
woman or a kid?
Could be a kid.
Okay. How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
I don't.
Understood. Anything else?
Heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
Don't mark something down in his notebook.
But why?
You're thinking, why do they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
An aberration, one soul smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul.
Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
Don't say anything, just nod.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. We are looking for a group of dock workers. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Interesting, if only I come up with that idea.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south, toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent. How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashot. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
I'm glad I got this check this time.
Isn't it strange to have your assumptions confirmed like this? This is what someone whispering suggestions in your ear would like you to feel.
I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here.
The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself. Doubt, perhaps. It would be unprofessional of him to be sure of himself at such an early stage of the investigation.
Either way. What else?
Been through all of it. Wow, that was a lot better than last time. We'll be talking to Kilo next, but first, I've got to take a bathroom break. I'll be back in just a sec. I return. PP stream and then chair stream. Yes, behold the mighty chair. It is your overlord now. You must all worship the chair and pay homage to it. I love that tip in the bottom right. Don't be afraid to say weird things. People are more forgiving to persons of power like police officers. Ah. Thank you for the hydration reminders to Torian, Poppy and DJ. Oh, you know, you're the overlord. Ah, chair beats you. You're too tiny. Praying to the porcelain throne. Yeah, that's kind of what I did earlier. We'll eat the chair. It'll take you a while. But, yeah, to be fair, I could use a replacement. Save the game. Now let's talk to Kuno. Or Kuno. Hey, it's Kuno. Boy throwing rocks at a dead body can't be older than 12.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness. Like a gremlin.
Fan Mori's brother.
Oh yeah, not a gumpy Kuno.
Yells the other kid from the fence. Moment of time, please.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Juicy? What now?
I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
Quite sorry for his outside another rock flying.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Kim, what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What forces?
You will see.
The language these kids are using. Pure, unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
Yeah. And there really isn't. There's really, nothing, yeah. Don't have time for this. Well, let's go and get the key and also the stuff from the garden, including the marigolds, because I'm going to be rooting around in garbage and I want to put the marigolds on first.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
My partner told me you may have ammonia. Can I have some?
Sure. I'm done with it.
Takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you. Ha! Breast.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
We need directions.
Of course. Where to?
Where am I?
What do you mean?
I'm disorientated. I don't know where I am.
Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
Lieutenant seemed uncomfortable with the disorientation you're displaying.
No problem.
What's this fuck the police business?
Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Never mind.
She shifts in her seat awkwardly.
I have to run.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
She wipes her blood with a canary yellow glove.
Gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
One more thing. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Chances to rubber gloves and invisible knights. Thank you. Leave. I've got my gloves. Now I'm going to go and talk to Garte and get the key and then roost round in Mori's breakfast.
Can I help you?
Mori's action. What? So the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you guarding even your leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The whirling in rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Garte side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government.
That's at
Mazov
11.
is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Yum yum, tell me more.
He killed himself.
Maybe I am Krasmazov.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
Yes, let's return to that.
Was there something you wanted?
We need those keys.
What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Goodbye. Now to go and open a gremlin lunchbox. Need to do something behind Lieutenant Kitsuragi's back to see how off he's asleep. Oh my god! This game really gives me the opportunity to be awful. I love it. Right. First of all, put the gardening gloves on. Oh, interfacing goes up. Thick latex gardening gloves in classic canary yellow. Maybe you should retire. Take up gardening as a hobby. It's worth a thought. Blip. Hi, Chief. Gives you by Lieutenant Kitsuragi. One corner is adorned with lace and tiny embroidered portiere. Thin glass tube wrapped in cotton netting. Used to treat fainting spells. Produced by Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Open the padlock with the key.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it.
Sweat
forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the
I didn't think it was going to write that bit. Open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Leveled up.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Pick up the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Enter eating.
The victim's clothes?
Might want to look away then, DJ, or mute it for a bit.
Is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
Lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket. Bag of trousers.
These are marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
it's the container.
The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Decided to. Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Bagged shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
Throw out a towel, a mug, that's all.
Alright. We should go to Garte again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
So that's food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it out.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I love this game. Someone from the whirling threw it in the trash? I don't know, I'm boring.
Boring? Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives.
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your
Not gonna get the
inventory
mug either.
and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Eve. I could level up visual calculus. Or I could level up something else. I think I'll give myself some more Sherlock skill. Interact with damage ledger. It's finally home apparently. Jesus, 6:15. What on earth? It's the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged. Start keeping notes on the case.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila. The ledger now looks marginally
Stay behind for some reason. Ominous. Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger across the aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Hey Lieutenant, what's this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
You don't know what I had to stay behind for 2 hours. Yeah, same.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Like, for example...
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
That's all, thank you.
Okay.
Since his neatly kept notes.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What's in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
20 to 30 cases undertaken since January. Jesus feck.
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Count the pages. I had to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely 1 more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Commit to paper!
Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event.
Kim, do you have a pen?
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Oh, he doesn't want to part with them. I'll just use scrap of pencil.
Absolutely motionless at first, then animated slowly, imperceptibly even.
He didn't want me to have his
browse
pen.
his notes again, leaving you to the case files.
Oh.
A threat has passed. He is thankful it has passed, and that he's gotten to keep both pens. Onto the paper with a brash free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones you've already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Hanged Man, The Furies Are at Home in the Mirror, The Setting Sun, Shit on a Stick. What the fuck? Furies... No, it's The Hanged Man. Shit on a stick, Mario. Tempted. Fine. The council has spoken. Shit on a stick.
Ah, yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, Do you have something less funny?
Fun is outlawed with this guy. What a knock!
The Hanged Man, then.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
I tried.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
It's 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Mention a naming convention here.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh mine, they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
I could have sworn that said The Square Butthole Murders. What the fuck? Watching Hocus Pocus with the Kiddo Magnet Museum's new favourite insult. Back after sending Ed to rest. Yes, they should. Square Butthole Murders.
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in
We're up to 599 quotes.
And the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Friend of mine always refers to Square Enix as Square Anus. Kim, all my cases employ a naming convention similar to what we use on ours.
Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric.
Apparently they had 15 things dumped on them and then attempted to do them because of course they would. Yeah, of course they would. Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
Seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
I'm expecting these.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Can I read the case files out? I've got a +1 from Kim explaining the system.
It's proving to be harder than expected.
Piss.
You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
Browse the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out.
I've noticed something actually. It's different in this version from the PS4 version. When I have a skill check window or an overlay window, it doesn't cover the text anymore. I can fully read it. Thumbs up for the PS5 version.
Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What types of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Is conduct fine?
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague.
Station call.
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
Peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
What do you say the color was?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
How do I open it?
With your hands. U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
I'll try it.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
slide the drawer open.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
What's inside?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Pick up the ticket stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell it first.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand.
I think I've just worked out what those are. Ex-wife maybe means dead wife, and these are the last happy memories I have of her.
A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy.
My name is Harry.
Throw it away, please.
But it will make me happy.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
Hold on to it. Read the card.
Your hands shake, holding on to it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road.
I know where I live now, sort of, and my name.
Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep reading.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Uh-oh. Keep reading.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs, and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear.
Oh!
You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
Fall sideways. I just fainted. Did I just die? Did I just take health damage and die? I think I did. I did, I died! I actually freaking died!
Nothing.
Or did I?
Again.
Oh no. No. I was just out cold. Nothing.
Nothing said, brother. No treachery. Just blackout.
Just lie there passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the
Session 1 I finished the game.
Fluttering somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
Okay, so here's something I need input from chat about. Should I mark this as Session 1 or Session 2 and basically delete Session 1 from the stream archive? Because I've started this game essentially from the beginning and this is going to be my new playthrough, but I don't know. Posterity? What do you lot think? No, I was cool. I'm cool.
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow.
Probably says Session 1.
Because it's always there.
I'll throw up a poll. Yeah, because last one didn't really have any impact. That's fair. I'll put the poll up just to see what comes up. Where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Was that the X something? The 1.5 things out to yourself. Oh, that's a point.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Enough. Just lie there, motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What's that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered
Where am I?
of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
Then it's small canisters in your mouth. Drink.
The water is cold, silvery.
Healed
the stuff
health.
of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink.
Thank you for the hydration
haven't
reminder for you.
drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
You call it session 1A. Fair. Well, if everyone's on the other mind that of this, I'll call this session 1A then. And the stream VOD title is going to be somehow managing to nearly die. Drink.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
Should ask you the same.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to.
How long was I out?
10 minutes, maybe.
Came in contact with the burnt out ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
That does sometimes happen.
Yep. I'll do this as session 1A then.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
You dropped this. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred. Gonna go you some mop at Ed. Go for it, Poppy. I love it. The Ledger of Failure and Hatred. Same ledger you found in the trash, only worse somehow. It makes you think about the letter, about the woman's handwriting, about not wanting to get out of bed in the morning. Yay! It's in my right hand.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
Alright. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Press engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The Raspberry gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl.
Still overwrites that. Press
The
button
lights
level headlights.
unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Close the door.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
So just prying to the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Where are we on this?
Let me see.
Test measure from moment to inspector.
Right here.
His fingers near the top. His finger near the top of the map on a segment of the coast jutting out into the great ocean. Should have the drink not pass out. Oh my word! They're so awful at taking care of themselves. Seems nice.
No, it does not.
Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Good. Tell the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why, precisely.
How about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3? That's it?
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Wait, 18 years I've done this?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Do you really think I have any idea?
Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good. That's some sorts, I guess. What's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
So I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the Lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective, or self-destructive than others.
It gives you a meaningful look. Haven't drank all day apparently and didn't have a drink of their or their wallet to buy a drink from somewhere, so that's supposed to mean that really is.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
You know what else? They prioritise getting thumbnails done over getting food or taking care of themselves. And I told them, you know, I'm not going to be using these for over a week. You didn't need to do them. You know, food and looking after yourself takes priority, but no. Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
Points to the gardening gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
You ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says decline to elaborate.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
Thank you for hydration, Ramona's, Torian and DJ. Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Yay. Now see a journal page to the right of the task description. Woo! Who made the call reporting the crime? Call Sylvie using Kim's short with ask whether she made the call. Ooh, yes. Yeah, 42% done on that. Remaining time 3 hours 31 minutes. I think that a chunk of that just got knocked off because I had that flashback. I think that's why. Please go home. The street name is legible. It's fair. Can I actually eat something at lunch? Yeah, that's good. That's good at least.
You see a set of steering levers, a radio,
I'm going to try and call Sylvie.
a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need you to get me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Didn't Garte give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her
Sounds like
number
it's
is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Wait patiently.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Actually, they know how to beat them with love they don't get you themselves.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
Female voice goes to the static. Sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Hello, this is the police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
You quit your job at the Whirling. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why not?
Okay, did you leave because of Garte?
What? No, why would you even think that?
He told me he asked you out. Are you saying it didn't happen?
Please, don't bring Garte into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
But why didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you? Actually, do you know who made that call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay, that's why didn't you call?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse.
I meant us. You should have called the police.
No one calls the police. The Union would get angry.
What do you mean by that?
You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
No. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us?
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
I see it, don't worry about it, I understand.
You do? What else can I do for you?
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
Do you know who put the victim's clothes in the trash?
No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified of the stench and the corpse.
Do you know how my paperwork ended up in the trash container behind the Whirling?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. Anything else, Detective?
See my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
The badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere?
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Kim doesn't have a uniform. He seems real to me.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them.
She's a bit of a dead end. They got everything I need, thanks.
I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Wait, why did she seem angry with me?
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags, when she was still working there.
Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. Just made me want to quit.
What skua thing?
The stuffed bird. The great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac.
So basically I treated the bird like Kipper. Fuck off, bird! Yeet! I love that. I love everything about that. Ah!
I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Bitch bird got what was coming to her! Ah! Why do I always end up screwing everything else up?
It was a pretty bird. There since I started working in Whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty.
There's genuine sadness in her voice.
So you can't just you, apparently. So you're telling me that I was the one who made you want to quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
Man's trunk trade? Yeah, true. Go on, I want to know what I did.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Right, was that all?
Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there.
A psycho tie. True. I do own ties, just don't wear them. I haven't worn one for... God, it's been ages since I last wore a tie. I think it was for a character as well, actually.
I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about being the most boring person alive and how everyone leaves you because you're just so boring.
Didn't speak to you. You don't know that. I'm sorry.
And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. No, you really weren't.
No, I really... okay, yeah, I wasn't very content. I was trying to show you the world of tomorrow, the great panic at the end. Oh my good God. I'm truly sorry for everything, Sylvie.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
But when I spoke to Garte, it seemed like he thought you left because of him.
Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Garte. I really do.
Did he cross the line when he asked you out?
No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing. With the corpse and all that.
Fair.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side. The telephone cord coiled around her index.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. I should have told him maybe.
I can tell him.
Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something.
Alright, thank you for talking with me. Take care.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Close the door. Right, so now that I'm done with the corpse and rubbish inspection for now, let's take the gloves off. That's, oh no, can't go through that door. Let's go back in and talk to Garte. Please work your stuff, take breaks, talk to strangers, explore. So we now have my ledger got in there, and as suspected, it was kind of my fault.
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Could someone... Oh no, who else has the keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
I need to sort something else.
Yes?
I talked to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you.
Wait, what? But what about the bird?
The bird?
Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
She didn't break it. I did. I threw it against the wall.
You broke the skewer!
His face is flush with emotions. A rash covers his neck.
I assure you it was him.
It's as if he can't decide whether to be angry or relieved that it was you. Again.
Need a holiday. Oh no. What's happened, Poppy?
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
It's a mystery.
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. A symbol of hope and all.
A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
All right. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? Did she say anything about me?
She said she was flattered. It was just bad timing.
Really? I should give her a call then.
Mad to know what to say. He wipes his brow and stares at the counter.
Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or...?
Goodbye. I don't know what the fuck to do now. Which is fitting because of what other time. Let's level up. Let's level up and then let's see what we can do with. You know what? I think I'm going to take that. I think I'm going to up my endurance because I kind of need it. Kind of really need it. Really need it. Searching for the cord despite lacking any obvious leads. This might take some time. I think I know who has my gun. I think I'm very well aware of who has my gun. I think it's the woman. I think she took it off me. Say after. Yeah, no problem at all. Pop it to me in DMs, Poppy. Save game. Oh, it's saved anyway. Well, that's where I'm going to be ending it for now. That's good. It's really good. The PS5 version got rid of quite a few of those little iffy bits. The loading times were increased. I didn't crash the game. Yeah. It was good. It went well. I did better things than Session 1 on the PS4 version, so yay! There's a good thing there. Really liking it though. Still really liking it. So can't wait to get more into it. But that is where I'm going to be leaving it for today. Thank you all very much for coming along. Next stream for me is going to be tonight at 1 AM BST, where I'm going back to God of War, where we're going to be opening up Niflheim and then starting the grind in that to see what we can do with regards to going towards Platinum. we'll see how much the grind is in Niflheim, because I'm not quite sure what to expect there. Could be good, could be bad. Who knows? Also, a reminder that tomorrow will be the start of my holiday, so I won't be here until Tuesday evening after that. So yeah, streams will be put on hold, YouTube uploads will be put on hold. I am mostly up to date with them. I still need to encode yesterday's one because I forgot to do that because I went to bed in such an awful state last night. So yeah, possibly there won't be any more YouTube uploads until I get back. So yeah, so apologies about that, but it's updated to Monday stream at the very least. It's going to be a slight backlog when I get back. That'll be fine. But thank you all very much for coming along and for your support. It was all greatly appreciated. I want to see what I can do about getting that thing fixed up there. And also relinking Twitch and Discord because that's happened. But yeah, until next time, thank you all very much for coming along. I hope you have a good rest of your day, a good night, a good evening, a good morning or a good afternoon. Whatever the time zone is for you. Till next time though, stay safe and see you later. Bye.